What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and welcome back to another Overwatch merch review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the second half of the Hasbro Ultimates figure line, which of course was very kindly sent to me by Blizzard and Hasbro, so once again, thank you to them for sending me these products. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Sombra, Ana, Reaper, Soldier 76, and Lucio figures. So, without further ado, let's jump right on in. So first up, we have the Lucio figure, and as we can see here, he's got quite a bit of great detail, as always. First thing I noticed is he's pretty easy to get to stand up, which, if you watched my previous video, was a bit of a problem I had with some of these figures, but due to his big, bulky skates, it's pretty easy to get him to stand. Also, he's very bottom-heavy because of his fat pants. But just get a look at the detail there. Very nicely detailed body, torso, arms, and his face. Let's get a bit better light there. Yeah. There's his face, the cool guy Lucio. His hair is removable, which is a bit weird, but I think they did that so you can sort of like angle it around. So you can like swish it around like woo, like whoosh, sort of thing. He does have his like speaker system on his back. And, of course, his arms can be posed and whatnot, so he can do any sort of cool man stunts you want him to. Hoya! He does, of course, come with a few accessories. As we can see here, there's these little, like, speed, hard light sort of swoosh things, which stick to his feet to make it look like he's in the action, sliding around. And he does have his sound blaster. I don't remember what exactly it's called. But it does have a little wire even that you can clip in right there on his arm, just like in game. And overall, I gotta say, he looks pretty good for like the detail and like the sort of like cool poses you can do with him. He's probably one of the better figures. I have not looked at all of them yet. This is of course the first one of this video. But overall, I'm liking it so far. And he does of course come with some alternate hands. This one here is him doing a sort of like cool sign, kind of like a finger guns sort of thing. And he also comes with a fist for punching the enemy, I guess, when he's got to get physical. And next up we have Reaper in, surprisingly, his Blackwatch Reyes skin. Yeah, for whatever reason, this isn't like a special edition version, this is just the version of Reaper that Hasbro went with. They didn't even make like a classic skin version of him, it's only this one. And I don't really know why, because this isn't nearly as iconic as his like Grim Reaper look. But I guess at the same time it makes it more interesting, because most figures you'll find of Reaper will be the Grim Reaper look. So this one I guess is a bit more unique, and I have to say I'm actually a bigger fan of the Blackwatch skin than I am his default, so I'm not complaining. The skin itself though does have pretty good detail. Got this sort of plate armor stuff. He's got his grenade belt, even though he doesn't actually have grenades. Not anymore, that is. And yeah, he's got big bulky feet again, so like Lucio, he's got a pretty easy time standing up. And you can see his face, nicely detailed and everything. But he, of course, does come with accessories as well. He comes with his Hellfire shotguns, which look pretty cool. They're all like a single like gunmetal gray color. There's not really any painted detailing on them, which I think is, a little disappointing. But they still look pretty cool, and of course he has the iconic Reaper look, at least with the gun stance. And of course that does come with these little sort of blast things coming out the end. Get these on. There we go. However, it does make him a bit front heavy, so kind of angle him back. There he goes. Bang, bang! That's actually a pretty cool actiony pose he's got right there. He does have quite a bit of, like, shoulder articulation too, I noticed. You can see, like, there's this ball joint here, but then the shoulder, like, there articulates as well. Which I guess gives them a lot of posability. But at the same time makes him kind of weak, like his arms don't hold up super well. I guess that one does. This one though, it kind of, well there it goes. Working now, I guess. Overall, pretty cool figure, I have to say. Again, like the Lucio one, I think this one is probably one of the better ones in the lineup so far. And he of course does come with some alternate hands, a fist for his right hand, and a sort of wave for his left, so pretty cool figure with some nice accessories. And next, let's take a look at Sombra. As we can see here, she's got nice detailing once again. Her sort of like skirt is this sort of softer plastic, so you can kind of easily move it around and doesn't really get in the way of her legs. And of course the legs move, as you would expect. There's a pretty cool sort of like dual color thing going on there, where it's like the purple transitions into the blue, and that's like all one piece there. I like how that's done. It's like a nice transition. And yeah, looks like Sombra. Her head unfortunately can't move a whole lot because of her hair and the sort of like coat rim that goes around there, so she doesn't get a whole lot of head posability, which is unfortunate, but the figure looks alright. She does come with some interesting accessories as well. First off, she of course has her SMG, her machine pistol, which looks pretty good. Fits really well into her hand there. And it also comes with a translocator, which is a cool little accessory, I guess. It fits with the character. It seems kind of big. I think it's a little smaller than that in-game, but still, that's just a cool little accessory to have, especially if you're like a kid playing around with it. You can have her like throw it out and be like, oh yeah, she's gonna teleport. I don't know, kids have fun doing what they do. And she also has this bizarre sort of like hacking skull thing. As you can see, that's her sugar skull icon right there. And it's connected with like the little hacking sort of like symbols. See if we can get that to focus. The little hacking like symbols and these little holes that slide into her fingers on her alternate hands. And it's actually a bit tricky to get it in just right. Let's see if we can get that, yeah, back in. And then she can stand there and sort of like project a hack, I guess is the intent. Sort of a sort of a clever idea. The weight though of like this makes it fall off her fingers a lot, which is unfortunate, but if you can get it to pose just right, I guess that's a cool pose to go for. And then this is the alternate hand for her left hand, which looks almost identical to the one that is like already on it. Try to compare the two. It's like the fingers are just very slightly different. So maybe this one's a little bit better at holding like the translocator or something. I don't know. And next up, we have the double pack, including Shrike Ana and Soldier 76. So let's start off by taking a look at Ana. And like Reaper, I'm not really sure why they went with the Shrike skin. I mean, this one is probably even less iconic than the Blackwatch Reyes skin, just because, I mean, people kind of know what Reyes looks like. Whereas like the Shrike skin, yeah, that was kind of with her like build up and the like teasers and whatnot, but still, it's just sort of a strange decision. I don't know. Again, I guess it makes it more unique from all the other Ana figures, of which there really aren't any, so whatever. It is what it is. It looks pretty good, though. Get a close-up of her detailing. It's all pretty dark, so hopefully you guys can see that properly. She does kind of suffer from the small feet issue, where it's kind of hard to get her to stand up because of the small feet, but whatever. And of course, this is the soft plastic as well. And she's got the bionades there, and her masked, hooded face. She has her biotic rifle, which unfortunately doesn't stay in her hand that well. As you can kind of see there, the fingers don't do a very good job of holding it in. And I don't think there's a way to really get it. Yeah, it just... The weapon itself also looks very thin and just not that great, so that's kind of disappointing. Maybe she can just like sling it over her shoulder and just be like, oh, I'm off. Actually, yeah, that looks a lot better than trying to put it in her actual hands. Well, I guess as long as you're not wanting to fire it. She also has her sleep dart, which, like the rifle, does not fit in her hand very well. That is disappointing. It looks cool. I like the look of the sleep dart. They got the yellow streak in the middle. But, again, just doesn't quite fit in. Maybe I just got like a bad molding on this one, that the fingers aren't working out quite right, but yeah, it's just really not sticking in there that well. Also for the rifle, there is this sort of like blast thing you can stick on the end, like that. So it kind of looks like she's firing out, but yeah, I mean, it's alright. And she, of course, comes with extra hands, which are the open sort of hand. And I did try to see if the weapons fit any better in these hands, and they do not. So these are just hands for looking scared or saying hello, or whatever you want to use alternate hands for. Next up, though, we have the slightly better looking figure, in my opinion, Soldier 76, with his classic skin. You can see his jacket there looks pretty nice. His face with the muzzle. Big ol' 76 on the back. Arms, hands, legs, boots. All looks very good, very chunky. He does have a bit of an issue standing as well. I think the molding of his feet is kind of a little weird. I got him to stand there, but overall it's, decent. He does have the little pistol right there, which does not come out, unfortunately. That'd be cool if you could remove that, even though it's not really an ability of his in-game. He has his pulse rifle, which, I gotta say, looks pretty cool. They definitely put a bit more effort into this gun than they did with some of the others. But he has a very similar problem to Ana, where his hand doesn't quite fit in. He can at least get it tight enough to, like, hold it. So you can, like, hold it out and shoot. I don't think he can really get a position where he's, like, holding it with both hands. Oh, there it goes. Like, cause his hand, like the other hand isn't even really shaped properly to hold it like you would hold a rifle, so he can't really use both hands, unfortunately. A little disappointing. I've found that, like, the guns that have, like, this sort of, like, back stock, where, like, the hand should be, like, that's how Ana's is, and it just doesn't really work that well, which is really unfortunate, but, yeah, I mean, he still looks cool just sort of standing there. So, I don't know, he can do, like, a cool pose or whatever. Oh. You look like a gorilla or something. And similar to Ana's, he does have these Helix rockets, there we go, which sort of attach to the little launcher on the bottom and can be fired out. Those look pretty cool. They're very sort of loose, so you can sort of like play with them and go like pew, pew, they're flying all over the place. A nice little detail. And he does come with alternate hands as well, this time both being just fists for duking it out when he runs out of ammo, I suppose. A lot of these figures have like sort of fist hands, so I guess you could have like a big boxing ring or something and have them all duke it out. You can do whatever you want. They're figures, they're fun. And there you go. This has been the review of the Lucio, Sombra, Ana, Soldier 76, and Reaper figures from the Hasbro Ultimates line. I gotta say, they're pretty good. I think they look better than they function in most cases. It's really kind of disappointing how, like, a number of them have issues with actually being able to hold their weapons in their hands. Like, if they're toys, that's kind of a big deal. So the fact that some of them just have an issue and can basically just not hold their weapons is really disappointing. Overall, though, I have to say that the Reaper one is probably my favorite out of all the figures, even the ones I reviewed in my previous video, which were Reinhardt, Tracer, Mercy, and Pharah. I don't know, I just really like the Blackwatch Rhea's outfit, and I'm really glad that they went with that instead of the default, like, Grim Reaper look, because I'm not really a fan of the Grim Reaper look. I think Rhea's as a character is super cool, like, when it comes to like his personality and his like backstory and everything. So I'm glad that we have like a Blackwatch version, and that's definitely going to be one that I'm going to be displaying on my shelf. Overall though, I would recommend these figures if you're interested in the characters themselves. I think they generally are a bit better when it comes to displaying as opposed to playing with them, mainly because of the issue with holding the weapons. But I don't know, if you're a kid and you enjoy playing with action figures still, then have at it, and if you enjoy it, enjoy it. So anyways, huge thanks again to Hasbro and Blizzard for sending me these figures, as well as the Reinhardt, Tracer, Mercy, and Pharah figures, which I reviewed in my previous video, and you can check that out through the cards on screen if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts on any of the figures I reviewed today by leaving a comment down below, and as always, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.